Okay. Forrest Gump. By me. Forrest Gump was a little crippled boy who had a really good, nice mom whose name was Sally Fields. And they lived in the South, and she died from cancer in her bed. Oh, that happens way later. She and Forrest Gump used to like to sit on the bench together, and she would say things like, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Stop laughing at me. And he had a rough life growing up as a little crippled boy, and people used to pick on him. And he had one friend, and her name was Ginny. And she grows up to be Cornflower. And not Daryl Hannah. And he meets Elvis, because Elvis comes to his house for some reason to meet his mom, and he learns how to dance like him, which is really cool. And then he goes on adventures. Oh, I think he goes to college. He plays on the football team because he runs really fast. Oh, and because he learned how to run really fast because bullies chased him all the time. And when he was running really fast one time, Jenny said, the boys were beating him up, and Jenny said, "Run, Forrest, run!" And so he ran as fast as he could, and his braces came off of his legs. And then he just kept on running, and he ran and at college, and they put him on the football team, and he got to play football at the college team. And then one time he got the ball, and he didn't know what he was supposed to do, and they said, "Run, Forrest, run!" And so he just ran, and then I think he just kept running for years and years, and he ran all over the whole country, and people followed him. He got a big beard like Jesus, and somebody gave him a t-shirt, and he wiped his face on it and became a smiley face, and then that was cool. And then he went to the war, and he learned how to take guns apart, and he met a friend named Lieutenant Dan. And Lieutenant Dan taught Forrest never to leave a person behind, and he had a drinking problem, and he got gunned down when they went to Vietnam and lost both of his legs. And Forrest said he wasn't going to leave him behind, and Lieutenant Dan said, "Leave me alone." And Forrest said, "I'm never going to leave you, Lieutenant Dan." Lieutenant Dan. And that sounds like a girl. And then he was his best friend, and he took him back, and he took care of him. He took care of him, and with his stumpy legs. And then he went on a fishing boat with his friend Bubba, who he also met when he was in the army, and he was a black guy, and he had big giant lips, and he talked funny, I feel like. And he was really funny, and he wanted to make, when the whole time in the military, this is why he was funny, all he talked about was shrimp, and how, like, I'm pretty sure, and how they had shrimp cakes, and shrimp biscuits, and shrimp gumbo, and shrimp everything, all the time, shrimps. And so then when they got in the military, him and the Bubba guy, Forrest Gump, and the Bubba guy made the Bubba Gump Shrimp Company, I'm pretty sure. And they went on some boats, and they caught a lot of shrimps. And they had a lot of shrimp stuff. And Forrest went back to visit his mama, and his mama died from the cancer, I'm pretty sure. And then he went to visit Jenny, and Jenny was cracked out. And they were in a hotel room somewhere, and a song came on, Free Bird, I'm pretty sure. And they got all drunk, and I think they might have did it. I think they did it. And then Jenny tried to kill herself by jumping off the balcony. But when the music came, really, the guitar solo was happening and stuff, and it was like crazy and trippy outy, then I think Forrest saved her. She was shooting up something. And then later on, oh, in the beginning, I'm pretty sure he's sitting on a bench telling somebody this story the whole time, and he has a box of chocolates. Maybe an old lady, I think he tells the story too. And then, his mom dies, Jenny tries to kill herself, he runs across the country, he has Lieutenant Dan, the Bubblegum Shrimp Factory Company. Lieutenant Dan is an alcoholic, and he tries to help him out later on. Then eventually Lieutenant Dan gets his shit together and walks with some cane things or something like that, but only way later. And then he meets up with Jenny again, and Jenny says that she has a kid, and he meets the kid, and then the kid is watching TV the one time, and he has his head like this, and Forrest sits and watches the TV like this too, and it turns out that the kid is his kid, because they did it that one time. And then Jenny's sick, and she's gonna die. And then I think maybe she might have AIDS or something, because she was doing a lot of drugs with the needles. I bet that's what it is. And then he puts him on the bus like his mama used to do at his old house place. And he tells him the things that his mama used to tell him that are wise things. And then he grows up to be a good boy. And Forrest is a good dad with a white suit. Oh, and he's played by Tom Hanks, who's my favorite actor in the whole wide world. The end.